Welcome to EduTap and welcome to another important daily current affairs session in which we cover the important general awareness and economic and social issues from the examination point of view. So my dear friends, once again warm welcome to all of you in the today's session, and I hope that I'm audible and visible to everyone. Let's start the session in which we will be covering the important current affairs of 13th to 15th of September 2025. So very good evening, Rover, Gururaj, Fruity, Mayank, Herschel, and all other people who have joined us live today in this session. My dear friends, let me tell you that the current affairs plays a very important role in your examinations, and that is why it is very important for us to make sure that we are covering the current affairs in a very comprehensive manner and at a regular intervals, right? So guys, before starting with the session, this is the complete list of the schedule that we are taking for all of you for your comprehensive current affairs preparation. We have different initiatives for the schemes, for the descriptive writing, for finance current affairs and the RBI initiatives, and then we are having the general awareness and economic and social issues. So please make sure that you are taking the screenshot of this particular slide so that you are not missing any of the session that we are conducting for your comprehensive preparation for the upcoming examinations, right? So guys, I hope that everybody has come with the proper revision from the previous session, because let me tell you that we conduct this session in the 3 stages. The stage number 1 is revision of the previous session. Stage number 2 is basically covering the current affair of the given dates, and then it is the revision through MCQs that we conduct for you. Okay, so now here is the list of the important topics that we are going to cover in the today's session. All of the topics here today are basically for both phase 1 and the phase 2 examination. Okay, all these topics are related to your syllabus of ESI, and that's why you are required to cover that from examination point of view. Okay, so it includes Swachh vayu Sarvekshan awards, UPI-UPU integration, India's export import performance data which has been released recently, and then the Indian cities, Indian sites added to UNESCO tentative list. So these are the 4 topics that we will be covering. But before that, the most important part is the revision part. So here let's start the revision, and here is the very first question for all of you. First, please tell me in the chat box, which ministry has launched the India Rankings 2025? See guys, in the previous session we discussed this news article in a very detailed manner, the complete report, right? So please quickly tell me in the chat box what is the right answer. What is the name of that ministry which has launched the India Rankings 2025? So what is the right answer to this particular ministry? So the name of this particular ministry is Ministry of Education, right? Yes, this is the NIRF ranking, but it has been released by Ministry of Education. Now when it comes to the rankings are the most important. So in the overall category, what is the name of that institute which has topped this ranking in the overall category? That is IIT Madras. IIT Madras is the right answer. Moving ahead, which institution has topped in the universities category? It was IISc Bengaluru. Next part, which institute has topped in the colleges category of this particular India rankings? This is Hindu College of Delhi. And then you have to tell me, as we all know that the Sustainable Development Goals category has been introduced by the NIRF for the very first time in this ranking. So which institution was on the top? It was again IIT Madras, which is on the top. And let me tell you guys that in the rankings of the engineering also, IIT Madras was on the top. Absolutely right, Herschel, Gururaj, Rover, Akashdeep, Muskan, Chetan, Mayank. Everybody has given the right answer. बढ़ते हैं अपने next question की तरफ. So US Open 2025 भी recently conclude हुआ था. You have to tell me that what is the name of the winner for the men's singles title. So who won this match? So this match was won by Carlos Alcaraz. That is the right answer. And when it comes to the women's singles title, it was won by Aryna Sabalenka. Absolutely right. Next question, 10th Ayurveda Day. So on which date we will be celebrating 10th Ayurveda Day? That is on 23rd of September. 23rd September this year will be celebrated as 10th Ayurveda Day. And when it comes to the theme of this particular Ayurveda Day, the theme of this Ayurveda Day will be Ayurveda for People and Planet. That is the right answer. Absolutely right. Moving ahead. So Fast Track Immigration Trusted Traveler Program was launched by which ministry to accelerate immigration process for Indian citizens and overseas citizens of India? तो इंडियन सिटीजन्स और ओवरसीज सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया के लिए इस प्रोग्राम को लॉन्च किया गया, दैट इज FTI-TTP. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द मिनिस्ट्री? इट इज मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स. एब्सोल्युटली राइट, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स इज द राइट आंसर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. So INS Aravali commissioned in Gurugram with the motto of maritime security through collaboration. So this is the motto and the place is very important, that is Gurugram, where it has been established. Next question, the 4th Coast Guard Global Summit. So where exactly this particular 4th Coast Guard Global Summit was held? It was held in Rome, Italy. And when it comes to the countries which have co-chaired this particular summit, it was Italy and Japan. Italy and Japan together co-chaired the summit. Next question, who has been appointed as the Nepal's 42nd Prime Minister? So that is Sushila Karki. Sushila Karki is the right answer. Sushila Karki. Next part, India's first regional rapid transport system has been named. What is the name of the India's first regional transport rapid transit system? It is Namo Bharat. Namo Bharat. Next question. So PV Narasimha Rao Memorial Award has been conferred to which personality? What is the name of that particular person who has been given this award posthumously? That is former Prime Minister of the country, Dr. Manmohan Singh. That is the right answer. So I can see here, and I'm really glad to see everybody has given the right answer in the chat box. All the people, Chetak, Sejagu, Mayank, Akshdeep, Rover, Harshal, Mayank, Muskan, everybody has given the right answer to this question. Well done guys. अब हम दोस्तों बढ़ते हैं अपने आज के सेशन की तरफ, और आज का पहला टॉपिक है हमारा स्वच्छ वायु सर्वेक्षण अवार्ड्स 2025. सो इन आवर एरिया, सो बेसिकली उस पर्टिकुलर स्टेट और सिटी के अंदर वायु को, दैट इज एयर को क्लीन रखने के लिए, एंड ऑल द एफर्ट्स व्हिच हैव बीन टेकन बाय दैट पर्टिकुलर सिटी फॉर कीपिंग द एयर क्लीन, द स्वच्छ वायु सर्वेक्षण अवार्ड्स 2025 हैज बीन रिलीज्ड, एंड दिस हैज बीन कॉन्फर्ड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट, फॉरेस्ट एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज. And let me tell you here guys that here as a part of these awards, Indore and Udaipur were recognized under the Wetland City Accreditation Scheme of the Ramsar Convention. तो Ramsar Convention का जो Wetland City Accreditation है उसके अंदर इंदौर और उदयपुर को रिकॉग्नाइज किया गया है इस साल. सो इस पर्टिकुलर अवार्ड को काफ़ी डिटेल में कवर करना ज़रूरी है, और नेशनल क्लीन एयर प्रोग्राम भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक बनता है, बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्वच्छ वायु, दैट इज क्लीन एयर, राइट. So here when it comes to this particular award under the NCAP, it was conducted in 130 cities under the National Clean Air Program. तो National Clean Air Program एक प्रोग्राम है जिसके अंदर we are aiming that the clean air must be there across the country, and that is why this year 130 cities के across इस particular survey को किया गया, and the awards were been given in the 3 categories, right? The first category is the Category 1 where the population is more than 10 lakh. Category 2 is population from 3 to 10 lakhs. And then the category 3 is with the population of less than 3 lakhs. Okay. I hope this is clear. So basically in the category number 1, it was Indore which was on the top. So Indore has planted over 16 lakh trees in 2024. And it has also been was the winner of a Guinness World Record, right? It was followed by Jabalpur and Agra and Surat on the 3rd position jointly. So please remember in the category 1, Indore is on the top, followed by Jabalpur on the 2nd position, and then Agra and Surat on the 3rd position jointly. Then when it comes to the category number 2, so for the population category of 3 to 10 lakhs, here Amravati is on the top, followed by Jhansi and Moradabad on the 2nd position, and Alwar is on the 3rd position. So in the category number 2, it's Amravati which is on the top. In the category number 3, it's Devas was on the top, followed by Parvanu and Angul. So these are those areas where the population is less than 3 lakhs. Okay? So please remember in the category number 1, it's Indore. In the category number 2, it is Amravati. And in the category number 3, it is Devas. So these are very important part. In the 3 categories we have covered comprehensively that which is the right answer. So please tell me in the chat box quickly what is the name of that particular city which has topped the Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan award in the category 1, that is population of more than 10 lakhs. What is the name of that particular city? The name of the city is Indore. Indore is the right answer. Well done. Moving ahead, when it comes to the wetland city accreditation, I told you that Indore and Udaipur has received the international recognition under wetland city accreditation by the Ramsar Convention. So basically अगर हम बात करते हैं दोस्तों रामसर कन्वेंशन की, तो इसको ईरानियन सिटी, एक ईरान के अंदर सिटी है रामसर, उसके ऊपर इसका नाम रखा गया था। और 2015 में दे अप्रूव्ड अ वॉलंटरी वेटलैंड सिटी एक्रेडिटेशन सिस्टम। तो एक ऐसा सिस्टम लॉन्च किया गया जो कि वॉलंटरी है, इट इज नॉट मैंडेटरी फॉर द कंट्रीज, फॉर द मेंबर्स कंट्रीज टू बेसिकली बिकम द पार्ट ऑफ इट। सो बेसिकली it approved a voluntary wetland city accreditation which recognizes that cities which have taken exceptional steps to safeguard their urban wetlands, तो ऐसे cities जो अपने urban wetlands को save करने के लिए exceptional steps लेते हैं and they have launched some very key initiatives, तो उनको recognize किया जाए under the wetland city accreditation system, and that's where Indore and Udaipur are now a part of the 31 wetland accredited cities worldwide. And guys, this WCA is valid for 6 years. For the period of 6 years now, the Indore and Udaipur will be under the list of WCA, that is Wetland City Accreditation. So please quickly tell me in the chat box what exactly are the name of these two cities which have received international recognition under Wetland City Accreditation by the Ramsar Convention. Ramsar, we have already discussed, it is an Iranian city. So it is Indore and Udaipur. Absolutely right, in the Indore and Udaipur. Now let's move ahead to the National Clean Air Program achievements. So what are the different achievements which we have seen in the National Clean Air Program? So basically 20,130 crore rupees have been allocated to 130 cities under the National Clean Air Program. And we have also seen that out of 130 cities where the NCAP has been implemented, so 103 such cities have showed air quality improvement in this particular edition of Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan Awards, where we have seen that 64 cities have achieved 20% PM10 reduction. But when it comes to the particulate matter 10 reduction of more than 40%, so it is 25 cities which have achieved 40% PM10 reduction. Right, so this is a very important part, guys. 64 in the 20% and 25 cities among them are in the 40% category. Okay, so we are done here. The total allocation we have covered and how many cities have showed air quality improvement, that is also done. Now the next part is the National Clean Air Program. So as the entire award was under the National Clean Air Program, so it is very important for us to make sure that we are covering this part in a comprehensive manner. So when it comes to the National Clean Air Program, guys, it was launched in 2019 to improve air quality in 130 cities. As I told you कि हमारे देश के 130 शहरों के अंदर जो एयर क्वालिटी खराब हो रही है उसको बेटर करने के लिए एनसीएपी वहां पर इंप्लीमेंट किया गया, एंड इट बेसिकली एम्स टू रिड्यूस पीएम कंसंट्रेशन बाय 20 to 30% बाय 2024. जिस टारगेट को इंक्रीज करके 40% कर दिया गया था और मीटिंग नेशनल एम्बिएंट एयर क्वालिटी स्टैंडर्ड्स by 2025-2026 in 130 cities across 24 states. So 24 states के 130 cities को select किया गया, वहां पर NCAP को implement किया गया, जिसके अंदर we are now aiming. Earlier the target was 25 to 30%, but now it has upgraded to 40%, or they are required to make sure that they are meeting the NAAQS standards. Okay. Now when it comes to the different areas which are being discussed and which are being catered as a part of National Clean Air Program, it includes air quality data, waste and biomass dumping and burning, industries, vehicles, road dust and demolition, public outreach and capacity building, and monitoring network and source apportionment. So these are the 7 thematic areas which are there under the National Clean Air Program. तो ये 7 एरियाज भी आपको पता होने चाहिए दोस्तों. तो बेसिकली एयर क्वालिटी का डेटा हमें कैसे मिलेगा, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. व्हीकल्स और इंडस्ट्रीज का क्या इंपैक्ट है, वेस्ट और बायोमास की डंपिंग और बर्निंग किस तरीके से हो रही है. सो बेसिकली वॉट एवर द थिंग विच बेसिकली इंपैक्ट्स द एयर ऑफ द सिटी, सो उसको उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया को हमने एनसीएपी के थीमेटिक एरियाज के अंडर प्लेस किया है. Okay, which includes road dust, public outreach and capacity building, and monitoring network and source apportionment. I hope this is clear. So how many areas are there in the under the NCAP? There are 7 thematic areas. Now when it comes to the funding, so 19,000 crores have been allocated for the city action plan from the financial year 2019-2020 to 2025-2026, where 48 million plus cities funded under the 15th Finance Commission. and 82 other cities funded by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change under the Control of Pollution Scheme. तो Control of Pollution Scheme के अंदर 82 cities को यहाँ पर फंड किया जा रहा है और 48 मिलियन की पॉपुलेशन से ज्यादा की प्लस सिटीज को यहाँ पर हमने 15th फाइनेंस कमीशन के अंडर एयर क्वालिटी ग्रांट प्रोवाइड की है. So when it comes to the PM particulate matter 10 reduction targets, so the city specific targets for PM10 reduction ranges from 4 to 15% and aiming for a 15% improvement in the good days for 48 million plus cities. So this is for the upper one, which is basically getting 15th Finance Commission air quality grant. When it comes to the air quality index, guys, it is used to communicate the status of air quality. So air quality index बेसिकली एयर क्वालिटी को मॉनिटर करने के लिए एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स को बनाया गया, जिसकी वैल्यू रेंज करती है फ्रॉम 0 to 400. Now there is a PRAN portal, guys. We all know that air is very important for our life. That is, air is very important for our PRAN, right? So for that we are having a PRAN portal, a portal for regulation of air pollution in the known attainment cities. So ये एक ऐसा पोर्टल है जो मैनेज करता है और मॉनिटर करता है NCAP की इम्प्लीमेंटेशन को. So basically whether we are able to implement NCAP in a comprehensive manner or not. So basically this has been assessed by the PRAN portal. It is managing and monitoring the implementation of National Clean Air Program. That is the right answer. Okay. I hope, guys, that this is clear to everyone. So National Clean Air Program, it was launched in 2019, right? 7 thematic areas are there. And when it comes to the air quality index, it has been launched for monitoring the status of air quality and communicating the status of air quality. And there is a portal that is PRAN, which is the portal for the regulation of air pollution in the known attainment cities, right? So with this, we are done with this particular part. Now, please quickly again tell me that what exactly are the cities which are on the top in the category 1, category 2 and category 3 of the Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan Awards. What were these cities? It was Indore, then it was Amravati, and then Devas. And if I talk about the 2 cities which have been added to the WCA list, what exactly these are? These are Indore and Udaipur. Indore and Udaipur is the right answer. Absolutely right. Let's move ahead to the next news article. So UPI-UPU integration, it was unveiled at the 28th Universal Postal Congress. So guys, first question is 28th Universal Postal Congress was held in which city? It was held in Dubai. Okay, and this integration initiative basically aims to integrate India's unified payment interface with the Universal Postal Union interconnection platform. दोस्तों यूनिवर्सल पोस्टल यूनियन का इंटरकनेक्शन प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ इंडिया के यूपीआई को यूनिफाइड पेमेंट इंटरफेस को यहां इंटीग्रेट किया गया है एंड इट हैज बीन डेवलप्ड थ्रू द कोलैबोरेशन अमंग द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पोस्ट, एनपीसीआई इंटरनेशनल पेमेंट लिमिटेड एंड यूनिवर्सल पोस्टल यूनियन. इससे क्या होगा दोस्तों? बेसिकली इट विल फैसिलिटेट फास्टर, सेफर एंड लो कॉस्ट क्रॉस बॉर्डर रेमिटेंसेस. आप सभी जानते हैं दोस्तों कि द पीपल हु आर लिविंग आउटसाइड इंडिया बट दे आर फ्रॉम इंडिया, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपके कोई पड़ोस वाले भैया या दीदी हु इज सर्विंग, हु इज डूइंग जॉब इन द Canada or the US, so but their parents are living here in India, so they must be sending some amount back to their families, right, for their living. So basically that amount is called remittance, and this remittance cost is really not that much low, but we are having the target that it should be 3%. It should be below 3% by the 2030. So India ने कमिट किया है यूनाइटेड नेशन सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल के अंदर दैट इट विल बी रिड्यूसिंग द ग्लोबल रेमिटेंस कॉस्ट टू बिलो 3% by 2030, and India is committed to that particular target. So please remember what is the target that we are having for reduction in the global remittance cost. It is below 3%, and by which year we are targeting it? That is by 2030. Moving ahead, India ने also announce किया है its candidature for the Council of Administration and the Postal Operation Council. तो दोस्तों जो Council of Administration है ये क्या है? So इसके अंदर 41 member countries हैं और ये annually एक बार मिलती है in Bern, Switzerland, which is the UPU headquarter. और पोस्टल ऑपरेशन काउंसिल की अगर हम बात की जाए, सो इट इज अ टेक्निकल एंड ऑपरेशनल माइंड ऑफ द यूपीयू एंड कंसिस्ट ऑफ 48 मेंबर कंट्रीज इलेक्टेड ड्यूरिंग द कांग्रेस. उस कांग्रेस जब कंडक्ट की जाती है उस दौरान 48 मेंबर्स को यहां पर इलेक्ट किया जाता है, राइट. तो उसके अंदर भी इंडिया ने अपना कैंडिडेचर अनाउंस किया है Apart from that, Council of Administration के अंदर भी India wants to become the member. So the body elects its own chair and meets annually at the UPU's headquarter in Bern. So a very important part, UPU का headquarter कहाँ पर है? What is that place? It is Bern in the Switzerland. And when it comes to the Universal Postal Congress, my dear friends, it is the supreme decision-making body of the Universal Postal Union, which basically held every 4 years. जो 28th एडिशन है जो दुबई में हुआ है, यहाँ पर 192 मेंबर कंट्रीज ने पार्टिसिपेट किया एंड दे डिस्कस अक्रॉस द डिफरेंट एरियाज. ओके, सो द यूपीयू यूपीआई लॉन्च. सो यूपीयू बेसिकली रिसेंटली जो 28th यूनिवर्सल पोस्टल कांग्रेस हुई दुबई के अंदर, ड्यूरिंग दैट यूपीयू का जो इंटीग्रेशन प्लेटफॉर्म है उसके साथ यूपीआई को इंटीग्रेट किया गया है, जिसके मदद से फास्टर और सेफर रेमिटेंसेस आपके पास पहुंच सकेंगे. एब्सोल्युटली राइट, that is the right answer. Moving ahead to the next news article, that is India's export-import trade performance August 2025 and April-August 2025. So guys, recently DPIIT, Department of the Promotion for Industry and Internal Trade, has basically released the India's overall trade performance data for the month of August 2025 and for the cumulative period of April to August 2025. So यहाँ के जो numbers हैं दोस्तों, क्योंकि आपका exam है 18th of October को, right? So right now these export import data, if we would have been in the month of January, then we would be just, we won't be covering this data, but right now this data is important to be covered. Okay, so the total exports, merchandise and services combined, when it comes to this part, the total estimated exports from India in the August 2025 was 69.16 billion US dollars. अगर हम बात करते हैं April to August 2025 की, so the total exports of the merchandise and services, it was at 349.35 billion dollars, which has basically indicated an increase of 6.18% from the previous year. And when it comes to the total imports, it was $79 billion for August 25 and $390.78 billion in terms of for the April to August 2025. तो export और import देखिए दोस्तों, आप देख सकते हैं कि import अभी भी इंडिया ज्यादा कर रहा है as compared to the exports, right? When it comes to the month of, basically in both August 2025 and April to August period 2025, right? So the trend is very much clear to everyone. Now when it comes to the trade balance, so here you can see that in August 2025 it was 9.88 billion US dollars, right? And when it comes to the April to August 2025 part, it is a deficit of 41.42 billion. As I already told you that it is basically having that the import is more than the export. So import minus export, you can see here 79 billion, here it is 69 billion. So here it is 9.88 billion deficit in the August 2025, and this deficit is 41.42 billion in the April to August 2025. Okay, so I hope that this part is clear to everyone. The trend is very clear. Again, we all know that India is a majorly import dependent country, and you can see here that we are right now in the deficit of the trade balance. Moving ahead, the next important part is the top 5 export destinations. So top 5 export destinations के अंदर कौन से country ने top किया? This can be the asked in the exam. That is USA. So USA is on the top, followed by People's Republic of China, UAE, Hong Kong and Germany. So these are the top 5 countries. ठीक है? So USA is on the top. Just remember UCUHG, right? In terms of export destination. And when it comes to the import sources, so here China, People's Republic of China is on the top, followed by Ireland, UAE, Hong Kong and USA. ठीक है? So top 5 import sources को हमने cover किया. That is China is on the top in terms of export destinations. USA is on the top. Okay? So I hope that this is clear to everyone. Moving ahead to the next news article, my dear friends, it is really a very important one, as 7 Indian sites have been added to the UNESCO tentative list. Now, let me tell you guys that ये जो tentative list बनती है, when that particular site has been confirmed by UNESCO, then it is shifted from tentative to the confirmed list, that is of the World Heritage List. So ये जो World Heritage List की जो tentative list बनती है, उसमें भी 7 Indian natural heritage sites को ऐड किया गया है. ओके, अगर हम बात करें ये जो नए एडिशंस हुए हैं अंडर द नेचुरल कैटेगरी, इससे इंडिया की जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, इट हैज इंक्रीज टू 17 साइट्स. अगर टोटल नंबर ऑफ इंडियन एंट्रीज की बात की जाए, so that is 69 till now. Okay, and the total Indian properties on the tentative list include 69 properties as we have already discussed, जहां पर 49 cultural हैं, 3 mixed हैं और 17 natural हैं. These are together making it 69 properties. Okay, when it comes to the nodal agency from India, it is Archaeological Survey of India, which basically maintains and keep the record of this particular list. So 7 new sites have been added and all of them are natural heritage sites, right? So दोस्तों हमारी जो cultural और heritage को plus nature को जो यहाँ पर represent करती हैं, and we are taking good steps for the सस्टेनेबिलिटी ऑफ देम. सो बेसिकली यहां पर इसको हम वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज लिस्ट के अंदर इंक्लूड किया जाता है, राइट? So moving ahead, it is very important for us to understand that what are the name of the 7 newly added sites. So what these are? So it includes the Deccan Traps, which are at Panchgani and Mahabaleshwar of Maharashtra, then Geological Heritage of St. Mary Island Cluster of Karnataka, Meghalayan Age Caves of East Khasi Hills in Meghalaya, Nag Hill Ophiolai in Kefire, Nagaland, Natural Heritage of Eramati Debalu of Vizag, Andhra Pradesh, Natural Heritage of Tirumala Hills in Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, and Natural Heritage of Varkala in Kerala. So these are the 7 newly added sites, taking the total number of Indian entries to 69, right? So the name of these 7 entries is really very important for all of you to retain from examination point of view, and when they will be added to the World Heritage List, again it will become more important from exam point of view. Okay, अगर हम बात करें at present UNESCO World Heritage List के अंदर इंडिया की कितनी sites हैं, so basically total 43 properties are there from India which have been already inscribed on the World Heritage List of UNESCO, which includes 35 in the cultural category, 7 in the natural and 1 in the mixed category. राइट? सो दोस्तों अगर हम बात करते हैं इंडिया की, सो ग्लोबली इंडिया 6th पोजीशन पर है इन टर्म्स ऑफ द नंबर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टीज व्हिच आर इंस्क्राइब्ड ऑन द यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज लिस्ट, एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू द एशिया पैसिफिक रीजन इट इज ऑन द 2nd पोजीशन. व्हेन इट कम्स टू द countries which are at the top with the highest number of sites, so these are Italy and China, which are collectively having total 60 each sites. So yes, definitely, as it is a recent development, it can be asked in the examination that which 7 newly added sites have been added to the UNESCO tentative list of World Heritage List. Okay, so Riya, that's why you have to cover it from examination point of view. So please remember Deccan Trap, Geological Heritage of St. Mary Island Cluster, Meghalayan Age Caves, Nag Hill Ophiolai, Natural Heritage of Eramati Devalu, Natural Heritage of Tirumala Hills, and Natural Heritage of Varkala, Kerala. This is the right answer. Okay, so guys, that's all from the today's session. I know that there are some other phase 1 GA articles which are there, which we will be covering in the next session, right? So next session के अंदर हम cover करेंगे अपनी remaining phase 1 important only general awareness articles को. तो last session में हमने काफी articles को cover किया था, but here yes, today it was really important for us to cover these 4 articles which are really important for your upcoming RBI Grade B officer exam. So that's why we have covered them separately in this particular session collectively. Okay, now it's a time of the MCQs, and now here is the very first question for all of you. You have to tell me here that which of the following statements regarding the Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan Awards and Wetland City accreditation is incorrect. So guys, 3 statements are given. You have to identify the incorrect part. The first question, Indore and Udaipur received international recognition under the WCA. Is it right or wrong? This is right. Second statement, under the NCAP, 25 cities have achieved a 40% reduction in the PM10 levels compared to 2017-18. So is this right or wrong? Again, this is absolutely right. Moving to the third statement, the Ramsar Convention's Wetland City accreditation is valid for 10 years. So we have already covered that WCA is valid for only a period of 6 years, and that is why this statement is incorrect. Right answer is option 3. That is 3 only, because we were required to identify incorrect statements. I hope this is clear to everybody. So Beneath is having the doubt that, sir, in the previous slide you mentioned it's 69. So basically 69 was the total number in the tentative list and not in the World Heritage List. In the final World Heritage List, the number is basically 43. I hope this doubt is clear. Beneath, if yes, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box. Now let's move to the next question. The UPI-UPU integration was unveiled at the 28th Universal Postal Congress in Dubai. Now you have to tell me here that when it comes to the Universal Postal Union, basically we are talking about the Universal Postal Congress, which is the supreme decision-making body of UPU. It is held every year, right? कितने सालों में एक बार होती है, and it brings together how many member countries to discuss global postal policy and innovation this year. So these are basically happened every time in 4 years, and it has brought together 192 member countries to discuss global postal policies and innovations. So option B is the right answer to this particular question. Absolutely right. I can see in the chat box, Maths with Bharat, Fruity, Chetak, Rover, Gururaj, Sejago, everybody has given the right answer. So now guys, I'm having a homework question for all of you, and this question is on the 7 Indian natural heritage sites which have been added to UNESCO's tentative list for World Heritage. So the question for all of you is that you have to identify which of the following statements are incorrect. So please make sure that you are identifying the incorrect statement here as per this particular topic that we have discussed till now. Okay. So all the people who will be giving me the right answer, they will be the star performer in my today's session, right? अगर हम बात करते हैं last session की, the question was on the India rankings 2025 and you were required to identify the correct statements. The right answer to the question was option B, that is 1 and 3 only, right? Why? Because ISC Bangalore has topped the research institutions category. That is absolutely right. But here it has mentioned for 4 years, but no, it has basically been there for consecutive 5 years. That's why second statement was incorrect in this particular part. So beneath World Heritage Sites के अंदर India की जो properties हैं, they are only 43. In the tentative list it is 69. Okay, but here it is 43 only. So tentative list के अंदर it is 69, right? Which are not yet confirmed to be added to the World Heritage list. But those which have already been confirmed, that number is 43. Okay, beneath, now it is clear to you? So if yes, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box. So here guys, here is the list of all the top performers, so which includes Gautam, Chandesh, A170, Abhinav Siddharth, Gayatri, ZDT, Yogesh. Then we have Mayank, Mehak, Sindhu, Gururaj, Avantika, Pranathi, Srini Jasal, and Nikhil Rana is there, right? So guys, thank you everyone, and make sure that you are keeping up with the momentum by solving all such kind of questions and giving me the answers in the chat box. If you also want your name to be mentioned here in the upcoming part, so please make sure that you are giving me the answer to this question in the comment section of this session. So guys, that's all from the today's session, and next session के अंदर दोस्तों make sure कीजिएगा कि आप revision अच्छे से करके आएं, and for the revision purposes you have to have the PDF of the session which you can download from the Telegram channel, जिसका link नीचे discussion के अंदर दिया गया है. Okay, I hope this is clear. So guys, that's all from the today's session. I hope that everybody has liked the today's session, and आप सभी ने ये जो 4 important topics से अच्छे से cover कर लिए हैं जी, right? And now guys, let's conclude the session. If you will be having any queries related to this particular session, you can please mention in the comment section and I will be answering you there only. So apart from that, you can share your query at hello@edutap.co.in and you can call us at 814-620-7241. So guys, thank you for joining the session. Wish you all happy learning.